Not all drivers are created equal. Some just go from point A to point B, while others seem to have an edge, spending less on gas, avoiding breakdowns, and handling bad weather like it's nothing. But it's not luck. They know things. Car manufacturers, mechanics, and seasoned drivers all have insider tricks that make driving smoother, smarter, and sometimes downright unbelievable. These aren't your typical check your tire pressure tips. These are the real secrets that save money, prevent headaches, and might just change the way you drive forever. Let's get into it. Number 9. Fix cloudy headlights with toothpaste. If your headlights are looking foggier than your brain before coffee, that's a problem, especially in bad weather. Cloudy headlights don't just make your car look old, they cut down your visibility, which is basically the last thing you want in a nighttime downpour. The good news is that you don't need some fancy headlight restoration kit. You just need toothpaste. Yep, the same stuff you hopefully use every morning. Start by giving your headlights a quick wash with soapy water or a cleaning solution like Windex, just to get rid of loose dirt. Take a sponge or cloth and scrub off the top layer of grime. Then squeeze a small dollop of toothpaste, preferably one with baking soda, onto the headlight and start scrubbing. Use circular motions. Think of it like brushing your teeth, but, for your car. After a good scrub, wipe it clean, and there you go. Clearer headlights in minutes. For tougher stains, you might need a second round, but you bet the results will give you way better visibility and a car that looks way less neglected. So before you drop cash on new headlights, maybe raid your bathroom first. Now that your headlights are shining bright, let's shed some light on another little-known car hack involving your key fob. Number 8. The key fob trick. We all have been there. You're in a massive parking lot, completely forgetting where you left your car. No problem, right? Just hit the button on your key fob and let the beeps guide you. But nothing happens. Your car is too far away, and now you're stuck wandering through an endless sea of vehicles, furiously clicking like your life depends on it. But here's a little secret. Your head might just be the solution. Sounds ridiculous? Stick with us. You may have heard the rumor that holding your key fob against your head can extend its range, and believe it or not, it actually works. Key fobs use short-range radio frequencies to communicate with your car's locking system, usually maxing out at around 30 feet. But by pressing the fob against your head and hitting the button, you can boost that range up to 85 feet or more. That's nearly 3 times the normal distance. So, what kind of wizardry is this? Well, up to 85% of your brain is water, and water is really good at conducting electromagnetic waves, like the ones your key fob sends out. When the fob signal interacts with the water molecules in your head, it actually amplifies the waves, making them travel farther. No, this won't turn you into a robot. Not yet, anyway. And no, it's not dangerous. Your key fob isn't powerful enough to fry your brain. But wait, that's not the only hidden trick in your fob. Ever wondered what happens if your key fob battery dies completely and you're locked out of your car? No worries. Most manufacturers hide a spare traditional key right inside the fob itself. Just pop it open, and boom, old-school key access when you need it. Your key fob might have a few hidden tricks up its sleeve, but what if the real problem isn't unlocking your car, it's that your lock is frozen solid? Don't worry, there's a quick fix, and it's probably in your pocket right now. Number 7. Hand sanitizer to the rescue. Winter struggles start before you even get in the car. You step outside ready to brave the cold, but your keyhole completely frozen shut. Now you could try chiseling at it with a key, like some kind of ice sculptor, or worse. Pour hot water on it, which will probably refreeze in minutes. But there's a much easier and way smarter fix, and it's been in your pocket this whole time. We're talking about hand sanitizer. Turns out it has the ability to unfreeze a stubborn lock in seconds. The secret? Alcohol. One of alcohol's lesser-known superpowers is its low freezing point. To put it to work, just squeeze a little sanitizer onto the tip of your car key and gently slide it into the lock. Hold it there for about 30 seconds, letting the alcohol break down the ice, then twist. Just like that. Frozen lock defeated. And if you're prepping for an incoming deep freeze, here are a couple more pro tips. Rubbing a potato slice on your windows the night before can actually stop ice from sticking. thanks to the sugars in the vegetable. And spraying a little cooking oil around your car doors? That keeps water from seeping in and freezing them shut. So, next time winter tries to trap you outside your own car, just remember, your best defense might already be in your glove box, or, your bag of groceries. Now that we've outsmarted winter, let's talk about a driving trick that can outsmart your gas tank. Number 6. Turn right. Save gas fuel. Efficiency isn't just about what's under the hood, it's also about how you drive. And according to UPS, one of the biggest fuel-saving tricks isn't about driving slower or inflating your tires. It's about only turning right. Sounds counterintuitive? But UPS, a company that delivers millions of packages daily, studied their routes and found that avoiding left turns saved them 10 million gallons of fuel every year. Left turns mean waiting at red lights, idling in traffic, and crossing oncoming lanes. Basically a perfect storm for wasted time and gas. By eliminating most left turns from their routes, their trucks keep moving, cutting down on fuel consumption and reducing accident risks. For everyday drivers, it's a little harder to plan an all-right turn journey, but applying this concept where possible, especially in high traffic areas, can still make a noticeable difference. Less waiting, more driving, and a few extra bucks saved at the pump. Not a bad deal for simply rethinking your turns. Saving gas with smarter turns is great, but what if your car had hidden surprises built right in? Turns out, it just might. Number 5. Hidden car. Easter eggs. Think you know your car inside and out? You might want to take a closer look, because automakers love sneaking in hidden features that most drivers never notice. Some of these are just for fun, but others, they're pure genius. Take Skoda, for example. If you're caught in an unexpected downpour, no need to panic. Models like the Fabia, Superb, and Scala have a hidden umbrella tucked away inside the door. And when winter rolls in, Skoda's got you covered again with an ice scraper cleverly stashed inside the gas tank door. Then there's Vauxhall, who in the early 2000s decided that bike racks were too clunky. So they built one directly into the license plate area of their Corsa models. The FlexiFit system slides out like a drawer and holds 2 bicycles, no extra hardware needed. And speaking of sneaky rear-end tricks, Volkswagen's backup camera is hidden behind the VW logo on newer models, popping out only when you need it, keeping it clean and scratch-free. But if you really want next-level convenience, Nissan takes the win with their hilariously specific yet incredibly useful Curry hook, a small but mighty hook designed to hold your takeout bags so they don't tip over and grease up your seats. Even if your car isn't hiding built-in surprises, there are plenty of clever add-ons that can turn it into the ultimate secret storage, road trip-ready machine. Some drivers install a license plate smart lockbox, a stealthy way to stash valuables or a spare set of keys. Because, let's be real, nothing says hidden in plain sight like the spot no thief ever checks. Hidden features can make your car more convenient, but did you know your seatbelt has a secret that could actually save your life? Number 4. The seatbelt secret. You buckle up every time you get in the car, but have you ever actually looked at your seatbelt? If you have, you might have noticed a small extra loop of fabric near the buckle. It might look like a random piece of material, but turns out it's one of your seatbelt's most important safety features. That little loop is called an energy management loop, and its job is to absorb some of the impact in a crash. When a collision happens, seatbelts experience extreme stress as they hold passengers in place. Instead of locking up completely and causing a violent whiplash-inducing jolt, the stitching in the loop is designed to tear open, giving the passenger a few extra inches of seatbelt slack. This slight give can help reduce injury and keep the belt from snapping under pressure. But the interesting part is that only passengers get this feature. Ever wondered why the driver's seatbelt doesn't have an energy management loop? It's actually a safety decision. Since drivers are much closer to the steering wheel, that extra bit of slack could increase the risk of hitting it in a crash. So while passengers get that small buffer zone, drivers don't. because their priority is being held firmly in place. One thing both front and back seat belts do have in common, though, is the small plastic button attached near the buckle. Ever had to fish around for a lost seatbelt buckle that slid too far down? That tiny tab, called a seatbelt stopper, is there specifically to keep the buckle within easy reach. A small detail, but one that saves a lot of unnecessary frustration. Seat belts are designed to keep you safe, but when winter roads turn slippery, you'll need a different trick to stay in control. Number 3. Winter hack for better traction. If winter roads have you sliding around like Bambi on ice, your car might need a little extra weight to keep its grip. For rear-wheel drive vehicles, traction can be a real struggle in snow and ice, especially when trying to climb hills or take turns without fishtailing. The fix? Load up the trunk with some extra weight. One of the best options is water softener salt bags. They're heavy, easy to find, and come with a bonus. If you ever get stuck, you can sprinkle some under your tires for extra grip. The added weight in the back shifts the balance of the car, pushing the tires down onto the road for better traction. But here's an important note. This trick only works for rear-wheel drive cars. If you're driving a front-wheel drive vehicle, adding weight to the trunk won't do much besides waste gas. The power in a front-wheel drive car is up front, so loading the back won't help with traction. That said, keeping a bag of salt handy can still be a lifesaver if you need to de-ice the road in an emergency. So if you drive rear wheel in a winter wonderland, don't just rely on luck. Beef up your trunk and get the traction you need. While adding weight can help your car grip the road in winter, does filling up in the morning really help your wallet grip more gas? Let's bust a common myth. Number 2, the morning gas myth. Driving gives you freedom, sure, but every stop at the gas pump is a sharp reminder that freedom ain't free. With gas prices always fluctuating, drivers are constantly on the lookout for ways to save a few bucks at the pump. Enter the so-called morning gas hack, the idea that filling up in the early morning gets you more fuel for your money. Sounds smart, right? But is it actually true? The logic behind this hack is based on basic science. Liquids expand when heated, so in theory, cooler morning temperatures mean denser gasoline and more fuel for the same price. Since the coldest part of the day is usually right after sunrise, some people swear by filling up at dawn to beat the system. But the problem is that gas stations store their fuel underground. And those tanks? They're heavily insulated, meaning the temperature of the gas coming out of the pump stays pretty much the same all day long. So unless you're filling up at a station that's somehow keeping its gas out in the sun, which, spoiler, they're not, you're getting the exact same amount of fuel whether it's 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. And if you're going out of your way to fill up in the morning, you could actually be wasting more gas. Cold engines take longer to reach their most fuel-efficient temperature, and denser, cooler air increases aerodynamic drag, meaning your car has to work harder and burn more fuel just to get you there. So yeah, feel free to hit that snooze button. Early morning fill-ups won't fatten your wallet. Think filling up early gives you an edge? Not quite. But when it comes to fixing dents, a household tool might just do the trick. Number 1. Fix car dents with a plunger. Outside of driving, half the fun of owning a car is just admiring how good it looks. But nothing ruins that faster than an ugly dent. Whether it's from a runaway shopping cart or a mystery parking lot incident, seeing your car's smooth bodywork take a hit is never fun. Fortunately, you don't need to shell out big bucks at the body shop. You just need a plunger. No, seriously. This trick is as simple as it gets. For small, shallow dents, hot water alone might be enough. Pour some over the dented area, and the heat could make the plastic or metal expand back into shape on its own. But if that doesn't work, it's time for some good old-fashioned suction power. First, wet the surface to create a better seal. Then, place the plunger over the dent and pull back firmly until the dent pops out. The key here is to act fast. This method works best on fresh dents while the material is still flexible. Driving isn't just about getting from one place to another. It's about knowing your vehicle inside and out and making the road work for you. Now that you've got some insider knowledge, It's time to put it to use. Try out these tricks, see what works for you, and if you've got your own game-changing driving hacks, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear them. And if you want more smart, practical, and downright surprising car tips, make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell so you never miss out. Safe driving, and we'll catch you in the next one.